Our first technique is going to be different ways to control the distance from butterfly guard. There's 3 different ranges in butterfly guard. There's long range, mid range and short range. So we're going to do a little bit of work on that now. So when we're playing butterfly guard, it's always a good option to play on one hip, and I want to have like contact with my training partner. So let's say, for example, I'm playing at long range. So how do we know we're at long range? If I can put my feet on my partner's knees but I can't reach his hips, or I can't get my foot on the inside, this usually means that I'm at long range butterfly guard. If I can maybe get one hook inside and I can put a foot on his hip, this means I'm in mid range. Normally chest to chest connection is your close range butterfly guard. There's a few different variations of that as well. So again, long range would be if I can only put my feet on my training partner's knees. This is really important to keep the control distance and keep my training partner at distance. So if Darren tries to come in with his shoulders, I can block with my hands and then I can get my grips from here. If Darren tries to shoot his hips forward, I can put my feet on his hips, keep him at bay, stop him from getting a body lock on me, and then I can get my grips going. So when we're playing this, playing in this position here, you can see I'm playing on my right hip. The reason I'm playing on my right hip is I'm trying to be more mobile. So at any stage, if I need to push Darren backwards, I can just do like a grappler's get up and push him onto his backhand. Or maybe if his head is leaning forward, I can work on snap downs and different types of attacks from here. You can also see as well, when I'm playing in this position, I'm trying to keep my heel as close as I can to my butt. The further my leg goes away, there's more space, and maybe at any stage Darren might be able to kind of like just stand his leg or his knee inside, sit into half guard. If he puts his knee in the middle, he can like just drive me down into half guard here, or he might just like stand up and then go into like knee slice passing and that type of stuff. But if I keep my heel close and Darren tries to step in, I can move away, I can move forward if I need to, and I can start getting my attacks going from here. So one more time, we'll just do a different angle. So long range, we have our feet on our training partner's knees. I'm trying to hand fight. If Darren tries to come forward with his shoulders, I block, and then I can get my grips going from here. If Darren tries to shoot his hips forward, I can put my feet on his hip and his knee, and then we can get our grips. So that's how we can control the different ranges from butterfly guard. It's important when we're playing no-gi butterfly guard that we're able to get grips on our opponent. So we're going to work on a few different ways to open up our opponent and then start to get our grips going, which will lead us into different attacks like sweeps and different types of submissions. So I'm here with Darren, I'm playing maybe at long range butterfly guard, so I have my feet on his knees. I could be in mid range where I have a foot on his hip and a foot on his knees, or I could have like a foot on his hip and then one hook inside for like a closer range butterfly guard. But either way, maybe I have like a defensive opponent, his elbows are tight, and I'm going to try open him up a little bit. So this can be really easy if I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to push Darren to my right hand side and he's going to post. If he doesn't post, I'm just going to knock him straight over, and then we obviously get sweep. But most people are going to post. You can see my hand is, or my foot is on his knee. So I push. Once his hand goes to the floor, I'll take an underhook and an overhook, and then we can start scooting our hips in and then getting our attacks going. So one more time. So I foot on the knee, I have a collar tie, push. You can see that time I kind of kicked and push. We can also do it as well. So we can push on its own, we can kick and push, or we can just kick. So you can kind of play around with it and see which works for you. So that's, I can do the exact same thing on my left side as well. So I can push and use this to get an underhook, maybe double unders, or I can kick, Darren post, and then we can get our grips. Because when we're playing no-gi and that, if he's keeping his elbows really tight, it could be hard for me to get any grips going. So if I push him, I can open him up, and then I can start to get my underhooks and overhooks. So it's important that we know how to move our opponent in 4 different directions. So we've already went over moving him to the right, moving him to the left. Maybe he's kind of like leaning backwards, being really defensive. I'll put my left hand to his left shoulder. I'll use my right hand to help me do a grappler's get up. I'm going to get my hips higher than Darren's, and I drive all the weight backwards here. If he doesn't post, I'll just run him over. So you can see that we end up getting the sweep from here. If he puts weight onto his left hand, all we'll do is pummel inside, and then we can get like our pinch headlock grip here, we're ready to start attacking from butterfly guard. So if Darren maybe is leaning forward, you can see that my feet are on his knees, feet are on his hips. If Darren tries to shoot in for a body lock, I can keep him away with my hands and then put my feet on his hips. If Darren's leaning forward, we can go into arm drags, we can go into 2-on-1s here to get our grips, or maybe he's really leaning forward with his head, we can go into snap downs and then we can change up the position. So our drill would look like this. So it's a push to the right side, my right side, push or kick to the left side, rolling backwards, maybe go into arm drags, 2-on-1s or snap downs, so we can start opening our opponent up and getting our attacks going.